Why you?
Trey, you're talking mad shit. If you lose,
What?
and I have all this B-roll of us arguing, so we could use that as promo.
Lose what?
For the battle. It's promo for the battle.
You think I'm gonna lose?
I don't think you're gonna lose, but I don't think you're gonna win either. So I don't know what's happening.
I'm Thanos when it comes to this shit, bro. I'm gonna keep it honest. So Black would like.
I honestly think it's gonna be a really good battle, and I'm very excited for it.
You guys should really do that. That's gonna be entertaining.
It's gonna be. I'm shooting it on live.
Okay, I'm with it. I'm writing. I'm bringing up the pen to it. That's why I'm like interested that you guys like are like really like thinking that it's gonna be close. Like Black could fuck with me. That's cool.
This is your host and your favorite.
This is your host and
If y'all saw what the fuck this felt,
yo, what was that?
The tray, bro.
Damn, all the contraband.
What a contraband.
Oh no, I lost the whole contraband.
This is your host and your favorite multifaceted Black girl, Alexandra Alexis. I'm here with SOS Brady.
Yeah, whole lot of gang.
Here with Black Nasarima.
Black.
Make sure y'all checked out that Black Thoughts. Some new Naga. Yeah. No love for the Naga.
No energy, nothing. He had no energy, bro. We met him where he was at. That's all.
And then one honorary member of the infamous Couch Niggas, Lucy.
That's so shiny.
And we miss Soon, but you know, Soon's here in spirit with us. Right,
oh my god.
Yeah,
damn, bro, I feel alone.
You feel alone? What?
So you're not even on the couch.
Nah. The rest of y'all main table niggas I don't want to hear it.
Oh my gosh, main table niggas. Why does that sound like a slur? Why does that sound like something I would beat up a white man for saying? Look at these main table guys. I said, yo, you want to fight, my nigga? What's up?
How are you guys? Brady, you look like you're fully equipped with everything you need to survive.
Nah, I got, Xbox.
Yep.
Spoolies.
Yep.
Can't go wrong.
You got the headphones. You're looking happy.
I'm a very happy man.
I'm a very happy man.
Oh,
I see Bob Marley in the corner.
You see my right hand? You see my right hand? This shit yoked up. This shit yoked up. Just my right though. Look at my left. This my right though. This my left.
Alrighty. How are the rest of you guys doing? That's that.
Look at the hair though.
I think this week, this quarantine has really sat in, you know what I'm saying, and settled in, you know, the possibility of this going on longer and just the repercussions of being inside, you know. So I've been cool, you know what I'm saying, but I think it's really just started to settle in for me this week.
I feel that.
Yeah. I understand what you mean. Like, this is the week where it's just like, damn, like, we're really in this shit. Like, in the first couple weeks, I was more like, oh, like, you know, we'll get through this. Like, just stay productive. Like, you know, stay busy, do things that make you feel good,
Mm-hmm.
And then, like, this past week it set in that, like, I don't want to do nothing productive. Fuck this shit. Like, I don't want to do any of this. Like, this is whack. I want to get out of my house. Like, this is like, I was telling Trey, like, I'm like, especially the type of person I am, I do like being home in my own space and like doing my own thing, but like I'm truly someone who thrives off of being outside, like my connections with people, like talking to people and doing shit. Like staying in this house is like, I feel like I'm banging my head against the door sometimes.
It makes you appreciate like the small shit, like going to the movies or some shit, like, or just like even like, you know, like the small things, you know, like you took for granted. It makes you appreciate all that shit because, you know, them taking that away, or I guess essentially us taking it away from ourselves, like it just does something different. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a adjustment.
I never realized how much I miss walking around the phone until this shit hit.
Wait, what did you say?
I said I never realized how much I like walking around the mall until this shit
hit.
Yo, you remember that shit when you was little, nigga, just walking through the mall? Yo, mom, take me to the mall for nothing, bro.
I haven't gotten a massage in the mall And like,
yo,
I never trusted them shits.
They definitely give you the happy ending joints.
Not in the mall, nigga. They're
yes, in the mall.
On the mall.
If you get the wasabi deluxe, the wasabi deluxe
racist
special. Yeah, I'm racist. I'm hella racist. I have a problem.
Nah, bro, real shit. I haven't been to the chiropractor in a good since this shit started, and going to myself sometimes doesn't do it.
You said chiropractor? Phil, you sound like a 40-year-old man. What's wrong with you?
Phil watches the ill chiropractor videos. I saw one where this guy literally.
I never even thought about that.
Pause.
Look it up. It sounds terrible. It looks horrible, but it feels amazing.
It's literally a video of a man destroying another man's back. Pause.
Yo,
that's what it is. That's what it is. And Phil be watching them shits all day, right, Phil?
You was sitting right next to me, so what's the problem?
No, I wasn't. You came to where I was sitting. I was sitting down. I was comfortable. You came to me.
It's crazy because, I never even thought about that, Lucid, but I don't know. How do you guys feel about it? Because I feel like, we are, the fact that we live in the U.S., we are very privileged in the sense that, we go to chiropractors, we go to therapists, we actively seek on a daily basis different, we just need different outlets, and now that we're in the quarantine and we're home, I didn't even think about that. There's some people who really have chronic pain and they're not seeing their chiropractor. And there's people that their mental health is really going crazy right now and they can't go see their therapist. They can't go practice yoga in that community. And they can't just do as simple as a group class, a Zumba class, that's a lot of people's oh man, that's crazy. It's weird times. Even when I go outside, I'm like, yo, I don't want to be out here. I want to go back.
Facts.
Yeah, facts. I don't want to be out here.
You think, because it's you're comfortable in your house, whether people are still working. I know a lot of people aren't still working, but if you're working and you're at home, you got money coming in, you don't have to go anywhere. I mean, granted, family dynamics are crazy now. I actually read somewhere that they said that the amount of domestic abuse cases has gone up because the women have no place to go and they're actually forced to stay with their abusers. It's crazy, right? So it's people's dynamics are different. But if you're good, you're good. I'm blessed. Granted, yeah, I'm going crazy. Yeah, I'm stuck at home, but at least I'm in a house with heat, AC, freedom of will. People are literally trapped in some places and rats. That's crazy.
Yeah. This is the
my
most
trap niggas.
No, facts. Yeah. This is the most I've thought of other people in my life. This is the most on a daily basis. Facts. I'm thinking about other people. I've never gone my life. I've never thought like this before. Constantly, I'm wow. I hope this worker is okay. I hope they don't get this. I hope they're fat. It's just really crazy. But it's. I feel like something beautiful is gonna come out of this, no matter what. And like you said, Brady. We just gotta be blessed and grateful. Rest in peace to Fred the Godson.
Rest in peace.
Oh man, that's just all of that is just crazy. And this has no color, this has no religion, no nothing. At the end of the day, all we got is each other. So I think that's what's really gonna come out of this, community in that sense of just take looking out for one another. Because this shit is crazy.
When I first heard of Fred the Godson, I was actually I was with an engineer. And he was mixing it, and it was I don't think Fred put this record out yet, but his verse on that shit was so crazy. I was like, yo, who is this nigga? Yo, this nigga said he did a scheme with a James Worthy bar or some shit, but that shit was just so wild. I was like, this nigga's nice. And then gradually, you hear his name more and more. Yo, bro, damn. It's of course it's affecting and hitting things, but hip hop is the culture itself too. So it's yo, it hit hip hop now. You know what I'm saying? And how much more is it gonna hit hip hop now? It's affecting everything. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, man was heavily underrated. Didn't get the exposure, but didn't really get the exposure. But he was heavily underrated, bar wise. Just putting work together. Shit is sad.
Rest in peace. Rest in peace, God.
Bro, man, all the struggles over.
Rest in peace. Be safe. I hope everybody is really just staying strong during this time and just trying to stay as healthy as possible, because this is really We gonna make it out though. We strong. We resilient. We gonna get out of this.
You know what? You brought up a point where you said after this, people are gonna like. You think this will bring people closer together? Or is there still gonna be like that
fear?
Hesitation?
There will definitely be fear.
Hesitation of yo, chill.
Nobody is getting dapped until 2021, bro. Ain't no dabs going around till 2021, bro. I
think it'll definitely be something that happens gradually, but then we'll go back to it instantly. Like, just be like, I really feel like that. It's going to be something where it's like, we are fearful, we are very standoffish, we are very, but then after a while, it's just going to be like, if we're really safe, if people, you know, if they are controlling the numbers and like people aren't getting it, humans are humans. They're going back to the front of, like, they're going back to the shit. Like, they're going back to it. Honestly, we're waiting for the red light. I really feel like humans are just waiting for people to say, it's good to go outside. After that, they're going back to it. They're going right back to it.
Some states are starting to say that though. Like,
it's crazy. I was gonna ask you guys how you felt about that.
They're crazy.
Wow, people are not right.
About opening up.
In the next week or two, some states, I'm not sure which ones, are gonna let.
Georgia already did it. Michigan, I think, did it. Like, it's just
gonna open stuff up.
People. It boils down to people aren't. There are different types of people out there. They're not ready for this quarantine. They're not ready, and they're willing to die to go back to normalcy. Like,
how do y'all feel about the senators and shit? The ones who's like basically like not even like the mayor of Las Vegas.
First off,
dumb shit like, yo, I don't mind.
He said
the casinos and shit, like just shit like that. Like, how do y'all
you know what's? I feel like that just highlights the lack of leadership that I've seen throughout like a lot of these senators, and the simple factors where it's like she's saying things like, we need to open up as soon as possible. We need to open up barbershops, casinos, whatever. And then Anderson Cooper goes, well, how are you going to do that? And she's like, well, that's not my problem. I'm not a casino owner. I'm not a barbershop person. You can't push for something with no idea of how to implement it, especially as being the mayor. You're in a leadership role. You're basically leading someone blind. You're saying it's up to y'all to figure it out, but just open up anyway. And I don't really know what's going to happen, but, you know, we'll all be fine. These things have happened before. No, it hasn't.
Right.
No, it hasn't. Right. So, like, there have been similarities to it, but every case is different. Corona is different. You got to handle it differently.
There's also the idea of where it's like they're focusing. Well, this is just one of the ideas that's just floating out, but it's just like they're focusing on Black minority areas. You know what I'm saying? To try to get like some understanding of what's going on.
To me, honestly, I don't think they're targeting Black areas.
Yeah.
I think it's classism in the U.S. Like, this is how it is. Like, there are rich white people at the top, and that even represents our senators, our elected officials. Like, what they're saying, it makes sense. I'm not going outside right now. You guys go outside and tell me what's up. It don't make sense, bro. We are very, like, when they say it, yeah, we're shocked and we're just like, oh my God. But like, this is what this country's foundation is on. It is classism at its finest. The people at the bottom always get it the worst. They're not intentionally doing anything. It's just more money, more resources, more access, more positions you can say, I'm not going outside. My family's not going outside, but you guys can. Like, that's all she's doing. Like,
I mean, but big shouts out to Andrew Cuomo though.
I loved how he handled her. Andrew
Cuomo he's doing a lot for New York right now, and he's holding it down for New York. So big shouts out to Andrew Cuomo. That's
he's doing what
he's supposed to be doing.
What Trump kind of should be doing, huh?
So I mean, because Trump's
I thought you were talking about
Trump's from New York too, corny. Like, I'm gonna throw a pumpkin at this nigga's car next time he pulls up to New York, bro. This guy's from New York.
How y'all feel about Trump going on into the future? Like, what do you think? How do you think how he's handling this moment impacts his legacy,
bro? But are you surprised?
He's going in the book.
Yeah. Are you?
Is anybody shocked?
Nah.
If you're telling people to shoot up sanitizer, what are we talking about?
This nigga said, yo, I don't really know. I've heard that Lysol kills are pretty good, so you should try just fucking shoving it in your dick. Yeah, go for it. Get a bunch of Clorox and shove it in your ass and see if you feel better in 6 to 8 weeks. Shut the fuck up. Trump
knows nothing about the coronavirus.
This nigga knows nothing about anything.
All he knows about the coronavirus is that it is affecting the businesses in the U.S. That's all he knows.
All he knows.
He doesn't know anything else.
He gets angry calls from billionaires like, Ben up. Oh, Ben up. And this nigga's like, I'm trying.
And he got little states coming at him like, oh, you got to take care of the people.
Yeah, little states.
They're going to get mad at me, and I'm not taking this. And he's like, all right, send them checks. Like, that's all he does. It's just, yeah.
But one thing, though, I'm hyped with this check, though. I'm fucking this check up once I get this check.
What y'all getting with the checks?
Look, I don't know what I'm getting, but I know when I'm getting it, though. Niggas helped me find out today. Shouts out to Trey and Alex.
If you had some.
Okay. Thanks.
Yo,
when the check
let's say y'all can get 2 checks. Y'all can get 1 check to spend it on something stupid.
I'm getting a lamb. Easy.
Something
Lambo.
Stupid.
Mind you, we're in quarantine time. What are you gonna
Lambo.
get?
$1,200 for a lamb, bro?
For a what?
For a lamb.
A lamb. Like
for $1,200 a truck?
No, he said
$1,200 ain't shit, bro.
No.
That's the craziest thing too. $1,200, I'm really thinking.
$2,400, I'm getting a whip.
$2,400.
Yeah, Black, you can't really do too much with $1,200 though. Like,
nah, you really can't though.
You can get something stupid.
To do something stupid would be like me getting a designer bag, which is very stupid. Even when I got
that's a good one.
Ball out.
Yeah,
or getting like a TV or some shit, or a laptop, I guess. But a laptop is essential. Like you could use that, like a TV. I guess.
That's true.
Or you could get you could update some of your technology devices, get some AirPods. Actually, that's probably what I would do. I'd like advance all my shit.
Yeah, shit like that.
I'd get like a laptop, AirPods, like a couple little Actually, if I got a laptop, it'd be over. I'd actually have to add to that. So, damn.
Yo, I've been messing around with a few stocks. Like I am not knowledgeable whatsoever.
Forex?
Even a short list of stock, the prices have been dropping like crazy.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
What stocks is like gambling, right? That's what that is.
Basically.
He said gambling. That was the most hood interpretation of that shit. He said, yo, that's your gambling, right? You gambling.
To a certain extent it is. But then it's trends and stuff like that. I'm still trying to get into it more. But just making a short list of stuff and watching it since the beginning of this virus, how shit just completely changed.
Yo, Lucid.
You make a whole lot of money.
Lucid, you give me 5,000, I make it 5 million. Give me 5,000. Give me 5,000. I make it 5 million.
All right, give me a birth certificate.
Don't do that, bro. Don't do that bullshit, bro. Don't do that. Niggas trying to get niggas every second they can. Nigga talk about give me 500. I'll give me 500. I'll give you 5,000. Like nah, bro.
3 days.
Have been around.
He change his number, change his IP.
Don't do that.
So, have you guys been watching anything or what's a new show or anything? Have you guys been picking up on anything new?
Yo, anime though. I've been watching the hell out of My Hero Academia. I'll tell you.
Really?
I've been watching the hell out of My Hero Academia. Sentai Kaiso. That's my shit, boy. What are you talking about?
Yo, anime is honestly the best. I wish I was watching anime since I was a little kid.
Yo, all right, go ahead, bro. Hey,
anime be teaching you about life.
It's true. I feel like I got to that late. I watched Dragon Ball Z when I was like 12. I just fall asleep on anime, bro.
Nigga Phil said 12. Nigga, that's not late.
I can't do it.
If there's one language I want to learn in Japanese, it's because of anime.
Right.
They be sounding like, I love the like it's beautiful. Yo, me and Trey been watching Ozarks. That show is.
Ooh. What season y'all on?
We just finished the first one. That show is so. Why do we like drugs and like? Why are the best TV shows surrounded by drugs and violence?
Nah,
that shit is crazy. That's why that lifestyle niggas be wanting to live that shit. Like that shit.
What do you mean
crazy.
niggas? You mean me? Yep.
That shit's crazy.
It's crazy because when you were younger, you just used to learn that like people that did fraudulent things with money were bad, drug dealers were bad, the government was amazing.
And then when you get older,
and you're like, oh, these niggas are all in cahoots.
You realize the niggas who wrote that about those niggas were actually the bad guys.
And they were in it. Them niggas was making money off of drugs. Oh my God. It's just crazy to me. Like, there's really a lot of money out here. Like, if you want to devote your life to chasing the bag.
Yo, a question. In quarantine, y'all shower every day?
You're a dirty nigga.
That's a real ass question.
Y'all shower every day?
Every single day.
Every day? Y'all never skipped a day? Come on, stop lying to me. Come on, let's talk, niggas. Y'all want to talk? Let's talk, nigga.
I skipped the day.
I skipped the day. Yo, Lucid.
I generally feel
if the weather is bad, I'll skip it.
Nah, but you be motivated. Say that again?
If I just ain't feeling it, you know it's raining outside, the weather's bad, looking outside playing James Blake, like I might skip a shower. But like, aside from that, nah, I can fall into that. Leave this.
You know, Black has been unnecessarily silent. This nigga's like, I haven't showered in 3 days. Everybody cutting ass, nigga.
Nigga's like, shower. I thought quarantine meant you didn't have to shower. That's how quarantine meant we take a break from all of that.
Nigga says shower. Yeah, I feel like this is the time that like there's probably gonna be mad STDs going around.
No.
Probably like the opposite.
Mad niggas is smashing and smashing because they got nothing better to do. Like, yo, niggas is
wait
dirty.
till summer. Wait till summer.
Everybody slinging the COVID.
Phil, there is no summer. Summer's canceled, bro.
Yeah, but I'm saying, wait till it gets hot outside and people sitting on it.
I really think summer's canceled.
Who's that?
It's not that thing, bro.
Blow up.
The sad part about the pandemic is the bugs will still be irritating the shit out of me, and I can't even go outside.
Facts.
Like, I'll be like, yo, honestly, y'all can't take it with you.
It's funny.
That's me to say. I don't want the pandemic to kill the spiders.
I was watching something. I forgot what it was, but it was just like whenever you're doing something, you always, if it's something that's big and like can affect a lot of people, you always do it slowly. So it's like, look at the quarantine where they like, or you kind of wean them into the process of doing things. And even when you coming out of that process, you wean them out. I think Andrew Cuomo was saying that when he was speaking with Trevor Noah. He's basically just like, when it comes to this quarantine thing, we were weaned in, and it's gonna be the same way when we come out. So, and we haven't even like came out of it yet. So it's like, I think it's probably gonna be summerish, end of summerish.
Damn,
yeah, even schools are saying that they don't think their fall semester is gonna be open. Like kids are probably going back to campus probably of spring 2021 or fall of 2021, which is crazy.
That's cool. When is basketball starting up again?
Never.
Bro, never. That shit's getting me mad. They knew that. See, this whole thing is a conspiracy because Brown was supposed to get a ring. I'm telling you, bro. This whole thing is they made this so that Brown doesn't get another 2 rings.
LeBron's
Brady. They made a virus that people are dying.
Yes.
Because LeBron James was going to win a basketball.
There was a multitude of things.
I would believe it if you told me like Beyonce had a tour and her biggest nemesis did some shit like that. Yeah, was really do some shit.
Nah, I'm fucking. But it's very unfortunate because LeBron was going to go Super Saiyan this season. Bro, he was already going Super Saiyan. He was going to be MVP. When the season came to an end, when the playoffs started right now, he'd have been MVP. 1,000%.
It sucks because the basketball players, they probably play ball every day trying to stay fit, but they lose all like motivation because they're just in their cribs and it's just whack probably.
Mm-hmm.
You can't though, except for like Kyle Lowry. He's been a chubby nigga his whole career. He ain't worried.
Damn, why
they gotta stay.
Killing him. He said, except Kyle Lowry. Fuck that nigga.
But nah, like they still gotta put that work in because let's say they do start up because they're starting to they're like thinking about quarantining teams together, and they figure you're around all these people.
Wait, quarantining teams together?
Like during the season, like if they were to continue.
Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt. Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, so is it quarantine? Phil, is it even quarantining if you do that though? Like, I'm trying to think about it. Quarantining people together. Is that quarantine?
Yeah, that's actually not. That's the opposite of quarantine.
Yeah, wouldn't that be the opposite of that shit?
Nigga, that's not my idea. This shit.
No, I was
basically they're saying if you keep the teams together and they're all clear, there's less of a chance that someone will get infected or reinfected because they've all been cleared. They're all staying. I don't know how that's gonna work playing another team, but teams might be practicing right now. You know, just to get back into that flow. Because you're right. You take off something for this long, especially at that type of level, you will fall off. You will get rusty. So it's on them to stay in shape. But, you know.
So what exactly is going on with so if they're not getting paid, like the networks and the sports teams, like they're just waiting until it just opens up again, or are they able to get government?
Bro,
bread is on pause. No one knows what's going on right now.
Yeah.
Facts. No one knows.
That's why some of these niggas up top are pushing for businesses to start now because the money's stopping. Like
they're desperate.
100%.
They're desperate.
Hey, when that money stops, niggas get desperate.
That's why I'm giving niggas money right now because it's like, look, if everybody in the world could spend like $300 of that $1,200 on bullshit or give it back,
bro.
We could start the fucking economy back.
That's 100 though, but also think about it. Niggas is getting upset. You know, I know like they probably don't want a couple niggas in the streets taking things a little too far. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas, there's a lot of bad situations. People's in a lot of bad predicaments right now. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's why they're trying to use the money as a way to like kind of make everything like a little better. Like they're just like, yo, we're gonna give you guys some bread, and even then people are not getting money, you know. So I just feel like it's too much for the government to handle.
But I feel like everybody's getting bread. So I think like the point of that is not only so people go, you know, cannot go crazy, but they want you to spend money and stimulate the economy. They want you to go out and buy things. That's the thing. But the backside to this, what happened? Someone said, wait.
No, go ahead.
But the backside to it is dead. Like, think about it. Think about how you're going to use this money. Smart people are going to save it, right? Smart people are going to pay off their credit card bills, pay off a loan, pay off whatever. Like, no one's using that money to really stimulate the economy in the way that the money was purposed for. That's why I think that in that money, I mean, granted, I'm not saying no one, but it's not going to have the impact that they're expecting. And I promise that shit. Because think about like niggas is gonna pay up first thing comes up, a bill pulls up. What are you gonna do? You're gonna pay that shit.
I think that's what
you're gonna pay your rent. You're gonna pay whatever. Like
they want people paying bills. Like if you buy stuff like commercial stuff, that's cool. But if you're paying stuff back to the government, that's great.
But that's the thing is a lot of the times if you're paying rent, that money's not getting. The government's not getting that. My landlord.
I don't think they're worried about rent right now in this time. But
I'm saying that's what we're gonna spend it on, and that's the problem is that they're not worried about rent. That's not what they want you to spend the money on, but that's what we're going to do it on anyways.
I just want to say one thing, a quick disclaimer, and I never usually get this disrespectful, but for this company, I will. Fuck Uber. They could suck my dick. The CEO of Uber could suck my whole fucking dick.
Trey, don't put that out there.
Trey, chill.
Now, like,
what happened?
The way they have treated, like, I drive for Uber, you know what I'm saying? So the way they have treated Uber drivers, bro, is absolutely asinine, and people have not even been speaking on it as they should because they literally have left some drivers out to fucking die, bro. Like they won't. There's a whole bunch of shit. I don't want to go into it. I just wanted to add that quick disclaimer. Fuck Uber. Fuck the CEO. Suck my dick. I don't want to.
Yo, this nigga is crazy.
Nah, during this time, I think it's very important to reflect about just who you work for. Like, honestly, fuck these jobs, and like I don't fuck with jobs in the sense of like I hate 9 to 5s. I want to be, you know, financially free, have my own business, da 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 da. But like, yo, some people have it better than others. Like my company, thank God I work for somewhere where like, yo, they are taking such good care of us.
Yeah,
and like they really care.
Same.
And it's just like you could tell the difference. You know when somebody cares during a pandemic. You know what I mean? Because it's easy to not pick up the phone, say you're busy, have other people deal with the flack of your displeased clients. But the fact that like people have personally called me and been like, are you okay? Are your family members okay? We're working on getting you guys paid and da 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 da. Like that means a lot. Like, so I understand, Trey, why it really feels like, yo, they left me out to fucking die. Like I worked for you guys, you know? And it's disgusting when they show that they really don't care about you. Like they really don't care about
you. Uber's not the only company. There's a lot.
I know. Trust me.
That's just my experience. Like that's just my experience. But there's a whole lot of people that are showing their true colors, even alongside the politicians and the leaders and shit. There's a lot of people when that pressure comes, it just shows you what's up. Like whether it be in an intimate relationship with a person, whether it be a friend, a partner, whatever it may be, and even business-wise, people show you what's up when that pressure hits. And a lot of people ain't built like that. A lot of people is really out for themselves. Like it's crazy, bro. Like,
but it's also about how they even view their workers. Like, of course, depending on what job you have, you're gonna get more benefits and more love and more appreciation. But then when you're an Uber driver, it's like fuck you. You know what I mean? Like it's like when you're working at a fast food joint, like it's just like it's disgusting how we treat people in this country at the end of the day. And it's just like the people at the bottom are the ones feeling it the most. Like they're literally like, wow, kick a nigga when he's down. Like, oh my God. I've been living paycheck to paycheck. Now y'all telling me I'm not getting a paycheck, but I still gotta pay.
Yeah, and then you're not even thinking, and then you're sick of that. You're not even thinking about dishwashers, janitors, like you know, like people who really their jobs to the company don't really matter. They're very replaceable. You know,
I feel bad for like small business restaurants kind of thing. Where it's like, geez,
100%.
That is terrible. Like, you know, like I know they have I don't know what it is. I don't know the specifics or even what it's called, but I know they have the SPP loan that they're doing for the small businesses. And I heard even that is a hassle or a problem. It's just, everything is just seems super convoluted at this point. Like,
like, and that's even like the essential workers, like they got it bad too, because the whole thing is
facts.
If you're still working, you must not need our help.
Of course.
Yeah.
You're not getting nothing, exactly. So it was like I was barely making it with this, you know?
And those essential workers are those grocery people, are those butchers,
pharmacy,
those kind of
essential jobs that nobody wants, you know, jobs that, you know, you either get because you're desperate or because you have time on your hands and you want to do, you know, those are literally that.
That phrase is gonna change. That's one thing that's gonna change after this. The phrase, the job nobody wants.
Yep.
Right now, I think no one wants to be a nurse.
Nobody.
Facts. I know too many nurses stressed.
But that's the thing. I think one of the biggest thing this pandemic did was just like, I know so many nurses that like, you know, they love nursing and they went to school for it and stuff like that. But a lot of them were pushed by parents to do it, you know, pushed to, you know, it's a great job. There's always a need and market for nurses. Do it. And now they're in these hospitals like, I didn't sign up for this shit. Like, what is this? Like
even to just speak on like my girlfriend, she's like having, you know, a little bit of a rough time going through it. And it's not even for that, you know, it's just in the simple fact that, you know, you're forcing exposure
without protection,
prolonged exposure without the proper protection or protocols, you know, set in place all the time. So it's like, plus you're going in where it's like you're forced to go into work and be front and center, touching them, dealing with these people, like, and there's really, you know, no one signed up to be a hero just because you're a nurse. I mean, nurses are heroes, but like, at what point does it get to where the patient's life is more important than the nurse's life? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's like, when does that conversation start to happen and how does that play? You know, it's fucked up, bro. But, you know, we all just got to, again, stay blessed. You know, we are where we at and we doing what we doing. At the end of the
day, nobody wants to die. Yeah, nobody wants to die. Everybody's a family member. Everybody cares about somebody. Like, nobody wants to die.
Yeah.
And it's just very unfortunate that, like, because I know so many young nurses. I know girls straight out of college, 21 in this, you know, and it's like, But like I said, we're gonna get through this. Let's talk about some positive things. I know you guys were loving Travis Scott on Fortnite.
Yo, that shit was fire. That shit was trippy. I needed to be on 8 more drugs to feel that shit wholeheartedly, but that shit was dope.
Yeah, it was. Yo, Travis Scott. Like when it comes to branding and marketing and just being that cross between hip hop and rock and just, I don't think anybody does it better than Travis Scott in those regards. Like he's just such a millennial that like is just pushing boundaries. I think he's so fire.
No, Travis he's dynamic and he's dope and he has a lot of energy. And his music's fire. At the end of the day, you can have all that shit, but how does music sound? Music's fire.
Yeah.
So like,
he always hits.
Got it all. He's lit. He seems like he's enjoying himself. You know. So.
And it seems like his albums aren't just like, you know how some artists just drop albums and it just feels like, yo, you just put this together and release this. Like, it always feels like he has a plan behind it. He wants it to be the album of the year. Like, he wants to really drop shit. And it's dope. He's cool. And he's fly as hell. I love him.
I think we could finally, this might just be me, I think we could drop Travis Scott out of the mumble rap category. If he
you can't do that.
He's not.
No, that's not that.
He's super artistic. Like I feel like when the mumble rap flood came in, a lot of like the ones who stayed relevant and stayed good are the ones that like incorporate that as a style more than just like
that's what it is.
You know what I mean? Like the way Young Thug did it, like the way Travis does it. Like I feel like when you have to really solidify the way you're gonna make that sound work for you, other than it works like you working for it. So it's just. I love that mumble rap shit.
In all honesty, though, I don't be understanding what Young Thug be saying half the time, but I just feel it in my chest. The way he says it, I feel it in my heart. I'm like, yo, and the Migos too get a lot of slack.
Young Thug,
in that mumble rap.
But that's what makes him so dope. It's like, what were you doing in the studio that made you go?
Drugs.
What made you do that?
He ran out of money. He ran out of money.
I feel like, yo, what is he doing? He's dope.
That's fire.
I love him. Travis does it really well. Who else is like a mumble rapper who does it really well?
Gunna.
Gunna, he's different, bro. I've like listened to him.
He's not
like
really
a little bit more closely, but he's not. It's not no bullshit. He's rapping. It's not. You know.
Lil Baby too.
Lil Baby, Future. Those are Future sons.
I can't really think of nobody else this afternoon.
What are you talking about?
Yo, I think Lil Uzi can rap.
Lil Uzi cannot rap.
I'm over him.
All these tracks he been dropping have been trash. Draggedy books.
I haven't listened to it.
But he's a fucking rock star, so it's trash to me. But to somebody who's listening to it, it's fire. Because that's the mindset.
Him and Playboy Cardi are like that, where it's like, it'd be missing me sometimes.
Nah, don't talk about Playboy like that.
The niggas that love him, they love him.
Nah, don't talk about Playboy Cardi like that.
Like, he finds himself like in Jay-Z, Solange, Tyler. Like, he finds himself in different.
Yeah.
Playboy Cardi. He was on Solange's album.
Yeah. Do you feel like Uzi's that smash he had? All my friends are dead. Do you feel like after that they didn't manage him right?
I wouldn't say that.
Then what happened with Uzi? Because why did it feel like?
You know what I think it was?
Was it too big?
That song marketed to the little kids, but that's not the image they wanted for him, so it kind of fell off. Like, that song, I feel like is for, like, the middle schoolers. I feel like they're the ones that made the record that big. Like, they love that shit. Like, the little kids that love hip-hop, they love that shit. And then when he started getting into the bag that was more supposed to appeal to the young adults of hip-hop, we were kind of like, you're missing me.
Yeah.
I feel like what happened with him was, I don't think his management could keep up with him. Like, I think he got a lot of popularity faster than what they
anticipated.
Yeah, and I think like he couldn't be as big as he could have been. But mind you, like the thing he just dropped, Eternal Take, like after all that weight, he still did mad numbers. Yeah. Mad numbers, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't even that much promo behind it. So like I just think his management can't really keep up with him.
Okay.
That could be true.
Do you feel like that? You feel like that happened with Fetty Wap too?
Nah, his management was garbage.
Fetty Wap is
his management was garbage.
Whoa.
Nah, Fetty Wap was the one nigga that just started wilding.
Fetty Wap, that RGF Island shit was fire.
Yo, RGF Island is one of my favorite
fire. That
Fetty
song
Wap
is
songs
still
ever.
fire.
Oh, nah, Fetty was fire.
Fetty was fire. I don't know why. Don't talk
He
sweet
was
about
fire.
my dad.
But that birthday cake song he just dropped, not birthday cake.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And he been dropping music. I've been vibing with
And
it.
it's good.
Yeah,
I've been vibing with it.
You know, he took a break. It's good. You know,
I don't like the way you're saying it though. I don't like the way you're saying it. I don't like the way you're saying
Brady,
it.
your Beam guy is my guy.
Beam is fire.
Beam is the featured artist of the year for me.
Beam is fire.
Yo, Brady, you got a video? Play a video right now. I know you be having a video in the stash. Play something right now.
Nah, yo, I've been listening to that bored in the house shit. I'm telling you. Okay, I'm bored in the house. Yeah, I'm in the house bored. Bored in the house. Yeah, in the house. Bored in the motherfucker in the house. Bored in the motherfucker in the house.
I told this nigga to play it. He starts.
My bud.
Yeah, that shit is fire. Hold on.
Did y'all see I guess I'm asking more so Alex because you might be more up to it. But did you see Tierra Whack's in the house shit?
Nah, I didn't watch it, but Trey was telling me. Weren't you telling me about it, Trey? That Tierra Whack just dropped something?
No, I don't think so. I didn't know shit, man.
Someone told me something about Tierra Whack, but I haven't seen it yet.
I like Tierra Whack. Tierra Whack is good.
Tierra Whack is fire. But this bored in the house shit.
But I just want
bored in the house shit is catchy. It's catchy.
It's like killing me because my favorite artists are the types that are mass stingy. Like, hurry up. Damn. Why is she taking so long to give me music?
Well, anyway, Bon Kwee. Here's the board in the house shit. This shit is hard.
Of course, Tyga's in there. Tyga will not.
Yeah, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house, bored. Bored in the house and I'm in the house, bored. Bored in the motherfucking house, bored and I'm bored.
Yo, Tyga.
Yo, I had fun with that.
Verse out of 2008.
What?
Tyga sound like he got that verse out of 2008.
Yo, thank you, Black. Like, come on, but they look like sneakers, nigga. That's so 2008, bro.
But I would never let y'all talk crazy because I respect Tyga's business.
Tyga is elite.
Tyga is the nigga that every time one of his celebrity friends go to the studio, he's like, yo, I gotta come too. And he hops in the car without nobody asking him to come.
Damn,
so he always stays relevant in the culture. That is Tyga, bro.
You okay? You okay? You sound hurt.
But Tyga's cool. I respect him because every interview I've ever watched, he gave me like cool bad vibes.
Facts.
Doesn't seem like a dick.
Well, that'd be the quarantine tapes. You know how that be coming.
Yeah.
But this is dope combo.
Yeah, I know this really was. Yo, like we said to everybody out there, I know the quarantine is really getting on our damn last nerve. Oh my God. If you have anybody out there who, you know, check on your strong friend. Definitely be a good friend during this time. Check on your people. Make sure everybody's safe. Make sure, you know, just go an extra mile. Don't just say how are you. Ask some questions, you know, especially if you know your friend is not in the best circumstance right now. Everybody keep your head up. We are strong. We are resilient. We will get through this, and there will be a light at the end of this tunnel. I know it. Y'all know that, right?
That's a fact.
Bored in the house. Ready? All right, let's wrap it up. That's our show. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, comment. Talk to us, guys. We really miss you guys. Let us know how you guys are doing. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay updated with all of our movements, all of our new episodes. But you're not getting no real new episode until all this shit is over. All right, and shout out to Superfly for this beautiful shirt that I love. So if you guys, we're gonna tag her Instagram. Definitely check out her apparel. She has some really dope stuff. And that's it, guys. See you later.
Yes, sir. Be easy.
My house bored and I'm in the house.
Make sure you tune in to me killing Black on Sunday. Make sure you tune in to me ripping Black a new one.
Oh yeah, wait for that live. That should be very entertaining. Very fun.
You're gonna see Black struggle. You're gonna see Black. This is the first time you're gonna see Black struggle rap.
Black, if you like excellence, tune in.
Damn, you okay, Alex?
To the live on Saturday night.
You sound like Smack or the nigga that
nigga Rain. All the videos.
Who will bring it home?
the world's most respected podcast platform.
Yeah,
the best rapper
during
the quarantine.
Okay, I'm bored in the house and I'm in the house, boy. Bored in the house and I'm in the house, boy. Bored in the motherfucking house, bored and I'm bored.